I have hired hundreds of thousands of people in India, in US, and believe me, if I'm hiring somebody or not gets decided in 5 minutes. And by the way, it's not just their communication. It's a various things. Obviously, communication is a part of it. The confidence. You guys smiling. Looks like you all dialing in from your respective homes, but great to meet you all. It's my pleasure to be here and talking to you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I am Riya Shagal, a second year computer science and engineering student from Bhagalpur College of Engineering. A warm welcome to this special session brought to you by the Campus TV and Radio Club, one of the most dynamic and spirited clubs of our college, guided by the motto Discover, Develop, and Dominate. Founded by our very own Mr. Kumar Gaurav sir from 2K19 batch. Before we dive in, let me introduce you my amazing batchmates. Aarti, Anurag, Divya, Sharan, Ayush, Bhavna, Soumya, and Navneet. This morning, we have the incredible privilege of hosting one of the most distinguished alumni of B.C.E. Bhagalpur, Mr. Mukesh Thakur sir. Sir completed his mechanical engineering from B.C. and went on to build an exceptional career across the globe. He has held leadership roles and today he serves as a partner and principal at EY Technology Solutions in the United States. Sir, it's an absolute honor to have you here with us today. We can't wait to hear your story from your college days at B.C. Bhagalpur to your inspiring professional journey around the world. Let us know about your life, sir. Like, how were your college days and how is it going on?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ria. So before I start, right, first of all, it's a nostalgia to see the folks from our college. It's been more than so my batch was 95, 99. So you guys are like when I see you guys I feel like old. Okay, I completed my engineering in 99 and we are talking 2025. So it's been a long time, but nevertheless whenever I see folks from our BCE, I get that energy flowing in me, and always it's when I see you guys, it's always a feeling like it's one of me who is sitting in these small boxes and kind of doing it. But let me ask you guys, what do you want to achieve? I know this is a great initiative you guys have. I think you said one of your senior uh, kind of came with this idea of BCE TV, BCE radio. When you interact with alumni, I'm sure you would have done with several others. What is the goal? What do you guys want to get out of today's conversation? Uh, and what inspires you guys? Like it's a Tuesday morning, you guys are at home. Why do you log into some team call and listen to somebody's? So what's the goal? Or is it just the academic exercise where this is the club, I'm associated with the club and I want to kind of some alumni is coming, he'll come talk something and we'll go.
So
Anybody?
just to know our alumni.
Yeah, tell me. I'm saying something.
It's just an initiative by our club to get connected with the alumni so we can gain the experience by you, like how you spend your college life, how you go through it, and how is your still life growing, and get some tips to how to get in corporate world or a better position. That's why we just started, and we just are loving that this is not all academic stress.
Got it. So I think, Divya, the way I captured your objective is that, certainly it's a club which was started, so you guys are part of it, but more so you want to get some tips, learning that what had been my journey, and kind of if you guys can get inspiration out of it, right? Anybody else has any other objective? Guys, you can say anything. Feel home like your own colleague, whatever you want to say, whatever you guys talk among yourself, that this is what I want to achieve. in this one.
So we just want to interact with you. We want to know. We want to ask questions and know, like someone who has already gone through these paths will know better and will guide us better. Like
Got it?
how to. Yes, sir.
Got it. Anybody else? Anything? Okay, so fine. I will not put you guys to any more tests. Let's start it, right? So I guess objective is to interact, talk, learn a little bit about my story, but make it interactive, guys. Don't just ask questions. Share your roadblocks or what you guys are feeling in your head as you. Most of you guys are second year engineering students, or everybody
Yes, sir.
second year,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right?
Second year, sir.
Right. So I'm sure you guys have some seniors already at college right now who are in third year and final year. So they are also your mentors and kind of giving you guys, their coaching as they go from, one year to another year. Let me share my little bit. I think I already said 95, 99 is when 95, actually in our year, we started in September. So it was a few months late. 95 to 99 was batch, and we kind of completed our 4 year right on time. So I guess after May, June of 99, I have not visited our college, although I have seen photos, pictures, and I have been in touch with my batchmates. We had the alumni meet also last year in Mumbai, and it was awesome to see folks after 20-25 years in Mumbai. We were 40-45 of us gathered there, and we also have a small group here in US. Just few months back, we had a alumni meet in US as well, right? My journey, I studied mechanical. I come from, I do not know which part of Bihar you guys are from, but I come from Sitamarhi district. And I started like Sitamarhi, small village near Pupri. My village name is Boura, right? And I was literally the first guy who did engineering from that village. So typical experience of village, wherein went to the government middle school, right? And you have to bring your own stuff to sit in the schools. There was no bench or desk, right? So that was the kind of whole setup. Did my high school from Pupri and went to do my +2 in Darbhanga, Darbhanga CM Science College. And after that, immediately lived in Patna a little bit, but I got into those days, Bhagalpur Engineering College had only 3 branch. Today I hear that you guys have many branches there. Is it 5 now or 6?
It is
How many
five,
branches?
five, sir. Five.
5. In our time, it was just 3: electrical, mechanical, and civil. Right? Those were the 3 branch. And obviously, I had option to get other branch as well. For example, I was getting the computer science in BIT Sindri, but I did not take it. So Bhagalpur was obvious choice because those days there was this budge, right? MIT and Patna, their sessions are not on time. Like your 4 year takes 6 years or things like that. So I wanted to kind of go to a college wherein I could complete in 4 year, and decided to study mechanical, right? I knew little when I started that, after studying mechanical, I will go on to do work in IT or in software industry, right? And our time, I guess, when I'm kind of trying to talk to you guys, it's a little bit of generation gap. Like in our time, there was no Google on our phone, right? All of you guys today walk with a smartphone in your hand, right? If there is a problem, you ask Google, go to YouTube and do things, right? Our days, it was not there. We had only the STD or PCOs, right? If you have to call back home, talk to your parents, we used to go to the STD, which was, I think, right across the road. Or there was one in canteen as well. So we used to, I don't remember now that well, but we used to go to canteen and kind of make those STD calls. So we had no distraction like you guys have. You guys are always on your phone. You have too many things, Insta, Facebook, and all that thing to run, right? But we had the biggest thing, we were not having any campus. I don't know. Do we get some companies? Are the companies coming to for our final year kids, right? What is the situation now?
Yes, sir. Companies are coming, sir.
Okay, that's good. That's a progress. I heard that at least some kids gets placed from college, but our days it was not the thing. So our seniors, including some of my batchmates, that includes me, we only option we had was to prepare for PSUs like SAIL, Whale, Indian Oil, and all that, right? And lots of folks. In fact, my batch, uh, everybody has done very well. When I met the folks 1 year back, it was great to see them. Everybody has done great, and most of them are working in PSUs here. Uh, Unfortunately, not many people came in IT from my batch. So basically, when you are graduating, only option was to go appear for the PSU exams or write GATE. Uh, and right around that time, 97, 98, this IT had started coming up, and some of the seniors were going and taking some, classes in some coaching. It was like a not coaching, rather established, uh, places wherein you go and take a 6 month or 1 year training and they will place you in IT, right? So those things were also happening. But in my case, I took the GATE exam and there were certain financial constraints as well at home. I couldn't afford to go to Delhi to prepare for the UPSC and all that. So I decided to kind of start my MTech and went to BIT Mesra, right? And BIT Mesra is where I did MTech. And while I was doing MTech, I got offer in a couple of public sector, but I didn't join them at that time because pretty much after going to BIT Mesra, most of my friends, they were thinking of going in IT. And, like once your friends are thinking in certain direction, you get pursue it, right? It was not a strong opinion. If I tell you that, no, I had a strong opinion to go in IT, I will be lying. Because at that time, it was mostly that all friends are preparing for IT, let's get into IT, right? And I got a job in campus in Patni Computers. And that's where I worked. Patni was in Mumbai. That's where I started working. Spent 2, 3 years with Patni. Patni was the one who sent me to US. And then I kind of left them once I went US in 6, 7 months. Did some independent consulting and been in US since 2003. So now 2022 years I have been in US and kind of working through different companies. So I guess I took long time in just answering my one question, but it gives you an idea, right? And feel free to ask any question around it, right? I tried to simplify it, but there were challenges. And like many of you, I do not know the background you guys come from, but I was from, a pretty simple background. Like I said, I studied in Hindi medium schools, uh, came in engineering. We had our fun in Bhagalpur, but I just went with the flow, right? IT came along. I took a job in IT, and frankly, I think Ria said that I'm partnered with Ernst& Young, which is one of the big four. When I was in Bhagalpur College of Engineering, I didn't know what this company is all about. Anybody knows what Ernst& Young does? You guys heard of this company before?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I just know the full form of EY.
No, sir.
What did you say, Ria?
I just know the full form of EY, Stand Young.
Yeah, it is Ernst& Young. So you guys are no different. 25 years back when I was in college, I also didn't know what the big four is. But as you think of the outer world, right, there are, earlier it used to be big five, right? Anderson Consulting that got dissolved and became Accenture. But PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG, Deloitte, and Ernst& Young, they are the big four, right? And it's a partnership organization. Many private companies will see that either it is privately owned, this is a partnership corporation. There are some public companies, right? When you work in private domain and especially in IT and all. The primary business of Ernst& Young is they do audit. So any big corporation, for that matter, you need to have the auditor to check on the ledger, balance, and financials. So the primary business, they started 100+ years back. These audit companies have existed since the time we started doing business, right? And it was opened by these two gentlemen, Ernst& Young, right? That's why it is called Ernst& Young. And what I do there is I'm a partner with their consulting division. So I'm not the auditor. I don't do audit. I still do the technology consulting. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Bhavna, you are on mute. I see you are trying to talk. Unmute yourself.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, no
Sir,
worries.
sir, what was your childhood dream? Was it engineering or something else?
Yeah, it's a tough question, and I do not know how you guys see the dream, right? In my mind, and I'm sure you guys, as you live your life, dream keeps changing, right? You set your goals. So instead of calling it a dream, I would like to call this as, and I want you guys to, frankly, I want to, as part of this discussion, I want to give few things back to you guys and take a promise that you guys will go back and do it. You should have goal set. It could be, if you do not know 5 year or 10 year down the line, you will, what you will do, that's fine. Just make the goal for 2 years, right? You guys are all second year student, right? Set the goal that what you want to do when you pass out from college, like after fourth year, what you want to do, right? That's your goal. Not necessarily be dream. It can change. It evolves, right? In my case, though, like I said, in my village, there was no engineer, and I do not know how it came in my head. Uh, it's a funny story. I used to live with a guy who was in general science study, doing graduation, computer chemistry graduation, right? Those days, that's what. And all of a sudden, it came in. I was a ninth or 10th grade kid, and I said, I want to be engineer. And he laughed. I said, do you know what you are talking about? And I was like that, no, I'm serious. I want to become an engineer, right? And then I started saying this to myself. And I will tell you this is a proven fact, because I'm in management and leadership and all that. If you go to some of these big schools, right, what they teach is something, you say it out, it goes in your subconscious and it manifests in itself. You start putting effort to get that, right? So maybe I believe it. Maybe that happened. I started saying from very early on that I want to be an engineer. And funny thing was, another embarrassing moment, that after class 10, uh, I sat for this polytechnic exam. You guys know what that is, right? After 10, you do it. And I
Yes,
did
sir.
not complete.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I did not complete it. I didn't clear it, right? And then people started ridiculing it further. That, oh, if you can't do polytechnic, how can you do engineering? And with the God's grace and obviously your hard work and determination, it was the first attempt I got engineering cleared and got into your college, which is a beautiful college. I have all the fond memory of the college, and did my engineering. So one thing, the takeaway from this, I want you guys to, I mean, again, you guys would have all grown up in a different circumstances, right? But what you want to be, if you start saying to yourself, if nobody, you hear it, it gets into your subconscious, and one day it will manifest. Obviously, it's not that, hey, I want to be the IS or IPS officer, but you are kind of chilling out, not putting an effort. You have to put in the effort. But the first thing is you have to believe in yourself that I want to do this, and it will happen. That much I can tell you, that whatever, I mean, again, nothing is, people tend to make it very simple, right? And lots of people in my batch, or I've seen some of the seniors or junior who I'm in touch with, they have done well, right? But the biggest thing, when you are interacting with them, they will try to make it simpler. It is not. So what I want you guys to take away from this is, no matter what you want to do, it's your decision. Have fun. Do everything you want to do. But once you set your goal, right, put in the effort towards it, right? There is no shortcut, guys. No shortcut. And anything which you have achieved by hook or crook will not last long. If you have really put in effort, they call it that, hey, I have earned it, right? You guys are sitting here, you passed the engineering exam, you have earned your right to be in the engineering college, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
That's what you have earned it. So once you put in the effort, you have earned something that stays with you for long. Keep that attitude in the mind, right?
Okay, sir. Sir, why you choose mechanical engineering? Is there any other thing else?
Yeah, so that's a story. I told you, right? I was getting computer science in uh, BIT Misra in 2005, but I did not. But I was not getting mechanical and electrical there. Computer science was still there, but mechanical and electrical was failed. And my dad said it was not my opinion, right? Dad only school. No, no, mechanical is evergreen branch. And generally, I was good in math, physics. I said it's okay whether I study electrical or civil or mechanical. He said that it's a good branch. And funnily enough, that when I started history, I was good at it. I was not the baddest student. I college also I was doing a whole lot of masti, so I was not the topper or anything. You will not see my name on the board, but I always stayed in 4, 5, 6, that kind of a state, right? And when I did the masters, I did my masters in mechanical thermal engineering, and there in BIT Misra, I had a very good coach under whom I did my thesis and all. And when I told him that, hey, sir, I'm going to IT, he was not happy. He said, Mukesh, you are so good in mechanical engineering. Why are you choosing to go in IT? And I knew that I understood mechanical, right? By the time, after 4 or 5 years putting in effort, I had started getting it, right? But there was something else in store. So I went and joined Putney Computers and I started learning the world of software engineering. So
Sir, can you share your any memorable experience with your professor and peers at B.C.E. Bhagalpur that influence your approach to work today?
good question. So I do not know, frankly, like I said, that I have not visited. Bad on my part. I should have visited the college. In fact, I went to Nogachi, I went to Bhagalpur, but did not visit the campus. I had a very great memory of the college, and I do not know if any of those teachers are still there. Mechanical engineering at that time had some of the great teachers in Bhagalpur. Dr. Agarwal, when I was in, I mean, he retired, but I had the great fortune of, being part of his few class, right? Professor Agarwal was there, Professor Arendas was there, Professor R.C. Dhandania, and B.K. Chaudhary Jr., M.K. Sarma. There were some very good teachers, right? However, I'm going to tell you guys something. The trick, second year kid, right? You still have 2 years. So what, in my mind, after working 25, 26 years in industry, this college, what it does is, to you guys is prepare you for the outer world, which you have not seen, right? What what is going to be environment when you join in PSU or you go in IT or go in some research field? You have not seen. You are just imagining your seniors are telling you something or your relatives who are working, you are getting an idea. This 4 year,
Yes, sir.
many people ask, or you would have heard that, hey, whatever you are studying, you may not use in your job, which may be true. You will not. However, what it does is it creates the full package out of you. When you guys came to the college, you were raw. You had studied math, physics, chemistry. You had the basic tenets, right? The college puts us through that grind. You take seven, I do not know. In our time, it used to be 8 papers. You have to go through those internal exams, then lab, and pass all that. And most of the time, most of us were studying only in last 2, 3 days. So what it did was it prepared us to soak in the stress, right? People will say that, hey, I'm studying just 2 days before the exam, and after you just go vomit there in exam and it's all gone. But what had happened to you is you pass that stress test. And in life, believe me, once you get into the corporate world, you will get into those situations. And then you will relate it back that this 4 year engineering was nothing but your preparatory ground, if you will, right? Which was getting you ready for what to encounter in the future, in your job, whatever may be the field, right? So that way, if you ask me, that the biggest takeaway, biggest learning was that this was the preparatory ground. We didn't know where to go, right? And a few things could have been different, right? And the friends, like we had a very fun batch, 95 batch. I do not know you, you guys would not know, but anybody you talk to, we met like just 40, 45 of us. We were in Mumbai, very talented folks, and they all have, like I said, they all have done wonders in their life, right? And we were very jovial batch. We got along. We had lots of fun. You know, lots of playing together, lots of partying together, all the stuff we did in college, right? We also had flood, by the way. So I've seen the flood over there. We had a couple of fights as well. So we saw it all. And believe me, we had lots of fun. And if anything, if I go back those 4 years, only memory I have is the sweet memory of those friends, right? And whenever we meet after so many years, I may not have been talking to them, but it's the same warmth with which we meet. So certainly the great memory from the college.
We are really excited to know how your friends in college and what kind of experiences you shared together. And please share some memories.
So my friends in college and what kind of memories, right?
Yes, sir.
So they were like, I'll tell you that any batch, and I'm sure it would not be any different with you guys. The set of this, we had like our branch was 30, 35 folks, right, in the branch. Few folks left, but I think we graduated with 27, 28. Same electrical had a little bit more, and civil had uh, around the same number. Every branch had some of the very studious guy, meaning they will be drowned in their books all the time. Uh, the professor's favorite who will complete their homework on time, try to get 15 out of 15 in their internal and the labs. Then there was this fun group, right? Who will not flunk. They are not kind of any bad kid or they're not good. They were all sharp kids, right? Uh, who would do everything, right? So we would take our days. There was not much fun. We had the television in our common room in hostels, right? But we used to take bus and we'll go to Bhagalpur city. The bus will park at Ghantaghar and we'll kind of roam around the city, just pass our time and come back, right? So those kind of things. And we played together like the cricket, or we used to do playing cards. Do you guys know anybody plays playing cards here?
So,
Some
sir,
people are smiling. You guys don't know? So we used to
No,
play
sir.
playing cards. We used to play playing cards in our hostel, the carom, tennis, right? So we had this fun group as well, right? For no reason, if we don't want to study, we'll go to that chai shop, right? We'll do tea. We are just kind of passing our time. So we had fun. All what I'm trying to suggest is that do everything. Keep eye on your goal. You will get there. You guys, one thing I want to assure you guys, you all will be just fine in your life, right? Be confident, do stuff, because when you go back, I mean, again, our friends who were like the bookworms, right? And all the time they were in the books. I mean, they also did well, but mind you, the other kids did the equally well as well, right? So it's not that the huge difference. I'm not suggesting that you don't have to, I mean, for you to top in the class, you have to exhibit certain quality, right? You have to do well in internals, you have to do well in your labs, you have to do well in the finals, right? So obviously they had those qualities. For some of us who were kind of into everything, right? So we were doing our little fun, and we were studying as well. So I think overall it worked out well. So lots of fun kid was there in at least our batch.
thank you, sir.
Not able to hear Soumya.
Sir, what extracurricular activities or clubs were you a part of, and how did your involvement help you post college?
So so I will have the honest, candid admission that I our days only two clubs were active, which was academic in nature. One was the debating society, and other was quiz club, right? Personally, me, I participated in both, but I was not regular. Right? There were kids who will be very regular to those debating society, quiz club, and I wish I had done more of it. right? Because in BC Bhagalpur those days there was no campus interviews, right? When you go for the interviews, right? Uh, at that time, we were like we didn't care. Like some of us were not even convergent in English. We can't even talk a few lines of English. Those were bad things. One thing I would encourage is not that our language Hindi is any bad, right? Hindi is very beautiful language. We all have studied in that. But whosoever is struggling to speak English, at least put in an effort. That's the medium people look to. I mean, the first impression itself, obviously, if you have the content in you, people will still hire you, right? If you have the right attitude, people will hire you. But many times we ignored it, our time, right? For whatever reason you want to call it, our attitude or whatnot, we didn't pay attention. But one thing I would say that while I suggested that do everything, have fun, but try to become street smart, meaning look at the overall development of your personality. You should know the subject, but at the same time, spend time in personality development as well. That matters, right? And you don't have to, if somebody, especially me coming from Hindi medium, believe me, until I graduated from B.C.E. Bhagalpur, I went to B.I.T. Misra. Till then, I was not fluent in talking English and all that, right? I had to put in the effort in B.I.T. Misra to be there. So there is nothing to worry about it. You just have to realize that this is one area I have to work on, right? And it's not difficult. You can start whenever you want to start, but hone in those skills because it will matter when you go in front of the interviewers. They're going to ask you questions, and believe me, just knowing the subject is not enough. They most of the time your interview is over in 5 minutes. I have hired hundreds or thousands of people in India, in US, and believe me, if I'm hiring somebody or not gets decided in 5 minutes. And by the way, it's not just their communication. It's a various things. Obviously, communication is a part of it. The confidence, your attitude towards something, right? Those are little aspects you have to kind of pay attention to and build in you. That when somebody is asking question, how do you approach it? What is the intent behind that question? What is it that this person wants to know, right? If you pay attention to some of those things while you are doing fun, right? You will come out winning, guys.
Sir, what is something at college that you absolutely loved being a part of? And if you could relive your college life, what would you do differently?
So I loved everything about college, right? So somebody asked me about dream, right? So I had pronounced myself in class 9 that I want to be an engineer, and I got engineering college. So I was the happiest soul there, right? Oh, I got the engineering college, I am studying it. So I was on moon, right? So, and you get that environment, especially coming from 10, 12, it's a totally new setup, new environment, right? You meet so many talented people there, right? Like I said, a few things which I did not do whole lot, I should have. I talked about the clubs and society, debating society and the quiz club. We used to, like, we had a fun group with who I used to hang with, right? So we would do anything to have fun, meaning either playing cards, go if there is a cricket happening, we organize several tournament, right? So some of those things we used to get our energy from, have fun, and we always those days looked forward to our Sunday. In our mess, we used to get good food on Sunday. Like they will make pulao, chicken, and sweet and all. So Sunday used to be our the feast day, wherein we are waiting for that good food. Whatever mess people were associated with, have those good food and kind of play some cards, go move around. So everything was great about those experiences. Basically, after that, when because this is the fourth year, you are in a way independent also. Once you pass your college, right, graduated, you will start getting pressure. You guys are ready for this? What I'm going to say. What happens is this 4 year you are free. Parents are giving you money. You are studying. Seniors are there having all the fun. The kid who do not get, suppose now you guys have some campus, some kids will get job, and I wish all of you do. But who does not get it, right? you start getting those praises, right? Even parents, like, you will be like, oh, all of a sudden I'm kind of graduated. What do I do next, right? Either I write the gate exam, go for my masters, or I write these public PSUs, or I go somebody's UPSC aspirant and go to Delhi or somewhere, right? So this 4 year period will not come back. There will be fun, but in a different way. So that's why this college life, people say, like, you relate back to its unique experience, wherein you have very little pressure. You are on cloud nine that, oh, I'm becoming engineer, right? I'm doing engineering studies and it's all great. But so leave it. That's why I'm saying that this experience, capture it, because this you are going to something. If you didn't do it, you will miss it later. That, man, I had the chance, I didn't do it, right? Because from here on, getting job, starting job, and then obviously the you catch up with families, right? You get married, you have family, kids, and all that. So by the way, I didn't talk about my family. I said that I'm living here for last 22 years. I'm married and I have two beautiful girls. Elder one just graduated. I think she maybe a couple of years elder than you guys. She graduated from Columbia this year, and she started her job. Younger one is in 12th grade, and she will go to here after 12. Here also there are some college admission process, and then you go to college. So she will also go college in a year. So that's what happens. So in life, there are different phases, and you will have fun. It's just that you need to approach it in a right way, and things happens. So nothing to worry, right?
Sir, could you please explain your remarkable journey from Bhagalpur College Engineering to your EY consulting?
Absolutely, I will. And I wish all of you guys to uh, have this journey. And frankly, I'm so grateful to God. Uh, when I was in engineering college, I will forget about when I started. I did not dreamt of that I will be doing what I'm doing today, right? So it all happened. Yes, when I was graduating from college, there was a little bit of sadness because I was good student. Let's put it this way, right? But second year, third year, I had lots of fun. So goalposts shifted, right? And finally, once I went to the final year, I realized that, man, I need to get a job, right? I wrote the GATE exam. I didn't do that well in GATE. The score was low, and there was not a whole lot support from the family in terms of financial stability. So I had to do masters to at least I will get some money, right, to continue my education. And I said with you guys, it happened while I was doing masters. I got a couple of PSUs offers which I rejected, and I joined Patni Computers. Patni was again beginning, right? I had not studied anything. So Patni gave like 6 months of training, and frankly, that was the building blocks of what I used later in my life, right? They gave us training on Java, C, .NET, mainframe, everything. And there also, when you join a company, you will have folks not from Bhagalpur Engineering College. There are folks who is coming from IIT. There are folks who is coming from RECs, right? So now here in the engineering college, you guys are coming from different colleges, right? So already you are seeing the different talent. You are kind of, somebody from Patna, somebody from Begusarai, somebody from Ranchi or whatnot, right? Once you get into the corporate world, there also you will see another level of competition coming to you, right? You are from Bhagalpur Engineering College. There are folks who have come from IIT. There are folks who have come from REC. So this never ends, right? So you have to be at your best, right? And that's where I started, because this was the new journey, and we had the learning from 4 years, right? That we cannot do more fun anymore, right? We have to start learning things and get to the core of it, right? Because we had our uh, you know quota of fun already completed in B.C.E. Bhagalpur. So I went to US. US journey was great, right? I did not decide that I will be settling in US. Frankly, my idea was that 5 6 years. I got married in 2003. I had a young kid. The whole idea was to stay there for 5 6 years and come back. However, one thing turned to other, right? I did a little bit of independent consulting. I made money as well in the process, but that was never the focus. I always chase the work which I like to do, right? And then I joined Cognizant, where I was 13 years. I grew there very fast as well. I had my share of success. I was a technical guy who was running coding, leading the team, but then it moved into the account management and client partner kind of role, business development, and all through I have stick to healthcare as a business. So last 20 years of my career, if you will think, see, right, I have supported various healthcare companies in US, right? And then UI happened in 2017-18. Again, it is extension of consulting, right? What I was doing in Cognizant or any Indian company, like be it Infosys, TCS, you guys may have heard of name, right? They are mostly services based company, right? And what these big fours or the other Accenture of the world, they focus more and more on management consulting. So when you go to consulting world, there are organizations who comes to these companies that, hey, like the CIOs, CTOs, COO and CEOs, that I want my strategy to be built for 4 year, 3 year, 5 year, or I want to implement. You guys have, I'm sure, you guys are well versed with AI. What is AI doing to the world, right? So all those things, anything new technology, right? Got it was a usual transition from software services company to high-end management consulting, and that's what I did. But yeah, it had been a fantastic ride for me, and I would say, like I said, that it's all because of God's grace and my effort, if you will. But never thought of doing what I'm doing today when I started off, right? So only thing I can tell you is that the sky is the limit. There are many things is foggy right now. You guys can't imagine that what you will do 15 or 20 years down the line. That's where I said, set your small goals that I want to get there. Follow the process, put in your honest effort, right? And if I can do it, I told you guys where I come from, a small village in Sitamarhi district. I'm here last 20-25 years, and I think I have done decent. There are people who have done much better than me. Uh, you all have tremendous potential. Only a sky is the limit, right? Get started on your path, and whatever you decide, if you put in the honest effort, you will get it. That's all I can tell you. But for me, it had been a fantastic journey. I do not complain when I look back. I had not asked more than this from God. So God has been really kind and gave enough. Right?
Thank you, sir. Sir, you started as a senior software engineer before moving into managerial roles. What was the turning point that pushed you toward account and business development?
There was no, I think in previous question I explained it. There was no turning, but senior software engineer is what the role they gave, because I was joining them after doing masters. So those days, if you're going after doing B, they will give you certain software engineer. So I guess Patni gave senior software engineer, right? So I was a developer. I started as a coder, right? I was coding in Java, J2E, and then moved into the architecture, team lead. And I did that until 2007, 2008. So moving as you grow in the organization, that became very natural to me, that what was next. As you are leading the team of 50, 60 member, right? What is next, right? Then you start handling a bigger account. What do you, once you have done, like say 100, 200, what do? You go and do another bigger account, right? Which is 500,000 engineers working with you, working for you. And in that process, one thing I want you guys to be very cognizant of the fact that in this process, do not be intimidated by the fact that you are from B.C.E, Bhagalpur, or it is some small college. I have worked with one of the best college kids, right? IITs, they have worked for me. Many of them are still working for me. So yeah, yes, bro, you would have missed the bus. They are a smart kid, but you do not have to, as you go along, you don't have to feel intimidated. You guys have tremendous potential where you are. Put in your effort, you can go to the top, and then you will meet those people. Keep your ideas open, talk to them, but you guys at the right place. You don't have to think that, oh, this guy came from IIT, so he will have a different wings. No, they don't have different wings, right?
Sir, as you had worked in both project management and business development, which transition was more challenging and why?
See, there are I do not know if you guys understand if I go in technicality right now and try to, but let me try to give you guys analogy of your age. You guys are mostly 17, 18-year-old kid, right? And that's why I have to think that what I'm telling you. So project management is in a very rudimentary term that you are you started, you were one member, you were developing something, slowly team became big, you started leading the team. This project had certain purpose, right? Like in college also you guys do a project, right? You have 4 or 5 people, you are managing that project, you are tracking the dates, timeline, and you come see it to the completion, right? Business development is a little bit different based, right? You will see, as you guys, do you guys have credit card? Have you been approached by a credit card salesman or phone
No, sir.
salesman, SIM card salesman, right? So what they do, they are doing business development. They have a target. They now think about this. Any, I'm just trying to draw parallel. So if you are in IT, right? If you are managing an account, like say in my case, if I'm working in healthcare or technology consulting, that business development means that you have to go and kind of bring in new business. Once you bring the business, it goes to the project delivery lead, project managers to build the project and deliver it back. So business development always requires a different kind of a skill set, my friend. You have to build those relationships. You have to have those skills. Like say, suppose I ask you to sell a particular cell phone, right? You have to know the features of why somebody will buy your cell phone, right? There are other cell phone in the market, right? You have to talk something unique about your product, right? So yeah, it was the transition was there, and I have been doing this for now last 10, 15 years, and I really love it. I'm an outgoing person. I like to meet people. I like to build relationship, right? So it had been going well for me, and I'm sure any of you guys, if you aspire for it, but both are too different. You can, in the project management field, you can go and become the big guy, right? From project management to bigger program, one program could have many projects, right? You can build your career like this. Business development is a little bit different path. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes, sir.
right.
Sir, please tell us the importance of strategy and leadership skills early in one's career.
Okay, so these are two terms, right? Very widely used in the industry. But frankly, you guys do it on a daily basis. Let me give you an example, right? What is a strategy,
Yes,
right?
sir.
When you live with in a, if you when you live in a hostel, right? 2, 3 kids live together. So there you will see it's very you are very casual about it, right? That is, this area is my area. I will put my clothes here. I will put my books here, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to work like this so that if it is chaos, right, you will bump into each other. So what are you doing basically? You are creating a strategy how to live three people, how 3 people can, without fighting with each other, share that space, right? So it's a, I mean, nobody, but do you call it casually also that, hey, let's come sit together, three of us, we have to come up with a strategy how we will live. You don't say it, but you do it, right? So strategy is a anything you do, right? As you get into the corporate world, right? For you to be organized, for you to be purposeful about something, you need to have a strategy, right? If you do not have a strategy, like if you set a goal that I will become, I suppose this is 2025, you one of you guys put a goal that by 2030 I need to have 5 crore, or I want to become a director in XYZ company. That's your goal, right? You put it in 5 years, this is what I want to do. How you will get there, you have to come up with a strategy for that, right? You break down into the chunks that, okay, for me to make 5 crores, I have to have XYZ done by 2026, by 2027. And then based on your progress, you readjust your goals or you change your strategy that, okay, by the way, I have set 5 crore, but in 3 years past, only 1 crore I have, right? So you have to speed up your strategy or change something to get there. So that's the strategy. Leadership, you guys are all leaders, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
what is leadership in your mind? Anybody wants to say? Are you a leader or not?
Yes, sir. We all are leaders, sir, in our approach, sir. We need to become a leader. We need to have a leader approach mindset, sir. Then only we can handle the situations, adverse situations, sir.
Yeah. So this leader also term, again, I will tell you my view, is very loosely used, right? And there are many good books, guys. Right now, you guys are studying your curriculum, focus on that. You will get plethora of text on leadership strategy as you get into the corporate world. But leader is one who rallies people towards the common goal, and people tend to follow them. You can call yourself leader, but nobody is following you. Then you are walking alone. You are not a leader, right? The leader is one who has the common goal and gets people to inspire towards that goal and make people follow him or her. That is the person. That person is the leader. We call it Mahatma Gandhi was a leader, right? And I was very inspired when I got into IT. Was Narayan Murthy. I used to hear his speeches and all that, and those were inspiring, right? So I now forgot the question, Anurag, where you asking strategy and leadership. What was I explained to you that what it is, strategy and leadership, but what did you wanted to know about the strategy and leadership? And it has, I think I now get the question that what is the importance of it early in your career? In fact, forget about your career. Importance of both the thing is today. I gave you the example that how you can apply the strategy in your day-to-day living, in your study, right? If you have to complete 5 chapters in 8 hours, you come up with a strategy, right? So that has
Yes, sir.
the implication and applicability wherever you go. You don't call it. So there is applicability even today, and you will see more and more. Any walk of your life, your personal goals or your professional goals, you have to have this strategy. And the leadership ability is always a good leader is one. I gave you the definition, but who inspires people, other people to achieve their dream or goal. The moment you bring yourself into the picture, nobody will follow you. The greatest leadership example, you have to be selfless. You have to, they call it, have you guys heard walk the walk, walk the talk, right? Suppose I came here and gave you guys big lecture that you should do this, you should not do that, right? But tomorrow, when you guys saw me, oh, sir to bol rahe the aise, khud to aisa kar rahe. You will not follow, you will not believe me, right? तो लीडर वो होता है जिसको walk the talk, meaning you have to follow, you have to lead by example. Have you guys heard this? Right? So that you should inculcate in your life very early on. Like with your siblings. You guys have brothers, sisters in home or cousin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? अभी उनको देखो, जब तक तुम अपना फायदा लगाओगे, वो तुमको फॉलो नहीं करेंगे. Moment you put their interest first. कोई यंगर ब्रदर है, उसको ये बोल के देखो कि चलो मुझे ये काम है करके आओ, मोस्ट लाइकली हिल से नो. बट चलो तुमको भी एक कोक पिलाएंगे और तुमको एक मैगी खिलाएंगे और मोमो खिलाएंगे, उसका इंटरेस्ट थोड़ा है, he'll follow you.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir, you are
Yes,
right.
sir.
ये लीडरशिप का implication आप अपने घर में देखा है. Why do we follow our father? It will
क्योंकि वो
rarely
सबको लेके
happen.
चलते हैं.
सबको लेके चलते हैं towards a common goal. ऐसा नहीं है कि whatever he says to you, he will not follow, right? And even if he or she is doing something, father, mother, they'll tell you the reason, right? So इसीलिए हमारे घर में लीडरशिप हमारे घर से शुरू होता है. अपने माँ बाप को देखते हो आप, वहीं पे वो आपके बड़े लीडर है, राइट? उनको देख करके आप बड़े हुए हो. So they are your biggest leader. And learn leadership traits. This is not, लोग बहुत बोलता है, you would have heard that hey, he is a born leader. Nobody is born leader. Leadership qualities can be inculcated as you grow, as you get up to the ladder. You can bring in certain leadership quality in you, and you can practice with one. So this meeting, if everybody start talking about themselves, you guys will run away that, oh, this guy, he is full of himself. But if you see the interest of everybody on this call, right, people tend to follow that, okay, there is a purpose here and this guy is just trying to facilitate it, right? Then you kind of start believing it. So leadership is be do it sometimes without knowing it, but knowing the tenets, practicing it deliberately. Deliberate practice, you understand? You have to put in effort to get those quality in you, and that will go long way. Because then when you are in corporate, you are not putting in extra effort, right, to practice those things, because it has become your second nature, right? All right, guys, what else?
Sir, what quality you look in fresh graduate, hiring fresh graduate? Because you say that communication is not matter in hiring fresh graduate. Then
So I did not say communication does not matter. Communication is one parameter. It's not the only parameter. Does that make sense? And I encourage
yes,
you.
sir.
I encourage you guys. I said that I myself come from Hindi medium. I studied in Hindi medium until class 12. While I was in B.C. Bhagalpur, it was difficult for me to converse in English, right? It is important. You have to learn it. Put deliberate effort to at least have that communication dialogue. But that's not the only factor for you to get selected. So even in BIT Mesra, I will tell you the example. The campus interview, right? There also, it's a BC Bhagalpur, you have one subset. BIT Mesra had many kids from different colleges as well. And there were few kids who were from the like so-called English medium school, very good in English communication. And Patni computers used to do the group discussion. And my English was okay, right? But guess what? Some of the kids who were from the English medium school did not get selected. This is my example, but I will tell you, you ask, what do I look for? At least I would have personally went into the campus and hired people. To me, the biggest attribute I look into the kid is the attitude. If I asked you a question, suppose uh, uh, from electrical engineering or mechanical engineering or civil engineering or from IT, and you answered it correctly, that does not excite me. Maybe I just asked you a question, you have mugged up the answer, right? What I look at, kid, is your attitude, how you approach things. I would still give you a pass if you have approached it in the right way than trying to give the correct answer. So it's okay when in an interview, it's okay for you to acknowledge that I do not know, or sir, I can attempt it. I do not know the answer. And believe me, that person, if he is sensible, will get impressed by your attitude. That you are acknowledging that you do not know the answer. However, you are ready to give it a try. But if you come across that, oh, I know the answer, and I'm going to tell it, and guess what? You have given the wrong answer. What happens then? So be candid, be honest, be yourself. Whenever, and this happens many times, 9 out of 10 times, I will tell you. You guys are hearing from me, but you will do this mistake tomorrow. The moment you go for interview setting, even your Viva, lab Viva, if teacher is taking interview, you are nervous. You're trying to
Yes,
give
sir,
the
we
right
are.
answer. You are trying to give the right answer. That's why you are nervous. Be yourself. 9 out of 10 times, if you just be yourself, you have done your preparation. You have the platform. First thing, you have to convince yourself that you know what it takes to cross this line. And the moment you do this, your 90% battle is over. Nobody will tell you this, but you just try. Convince yourself in your head that you got what it takes to pass this interview, and be yourself. What I mean, the person who is asking you a question is another guy, right? He's not a demon or anybody, right? He's here to hire people, right? He's not here to reject people. He's here to select people. You have to give him the reason to select him. All people
Yes,
look
sir.
at right attitude, somebody who is positive about the life, and you will get selected. By the way, do not conclude from this discussion that I'm not asking you guys to be good at your subject. Be good at your subject. Learn it. Right? It's not necessary to know all the answers. But if you know how to approach it, your work is done. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. और बोलिए, और किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन है?
So, as a partner principal at EY Technology Solution, you are managing such a large P&L portfolio. What's your philosophy behind for balancing growth work with client satisfaction?
Balancing growth with client satisfaction. So in our industry, client is God. Anything you do, you have to make sure, and there is a saying in sales, right? You sell only once. After that, your work, your delivery sells. As you guys go through, so I'm in consulting advisory. There is a book on trusted advisor, right? So what happens? You guys asked about business development. People buys from people, right? You go to the kirana store, you go to anywhere, you buy from the people, right? There are two kirana stores, but one person is very nice to you always, no matter what, you will buy from that person, right? So what is it there? That you have built that trust, that satisfaction is there, right? Whenever you go, probably the product is same, they're charging you the same money, right? They're not giving you any discount or anything, but it's just that make sure that many times, like you will see some people, at least when I go to Mumbai, I see that you buy something, they will like, sir, what is your flat number? I will deliver it to your flat. He or she will ask one of the guy who is working in the shop that, hey, sir, ke flat mein pahuncha do. He will not carry the bag. It's a small act, but it goes long way, right? He built that trust. He kind of tried to own that customer, right? So that little thing you have to pay attention to. If you really want to grow, you have to make sure that whosoever, this is the service based industry, right? You have to make sure that the service, you or your team who is doing that work, is keeping the customer at the forefront, right? Then only they're going to buy from you the next time, no matter what you are selling, right? So that's the key. Customer satisfaction is always there, and there is always a balance, right? It's like we have logo of like our company's motto or purpose is building better working world. So when I say customer satisfaction, it's not that the employee satisfaction is compromised, right? We certainly give very huge emphasis on building the great culture for our people and all that. So that's that. Make sense?
Thank you so much, sir, for the great answering.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Having worked in global delivery models, what do you think Indian engineering graduates need to focus to be globally competitive?
You want friendly answer or you want candid answer? So here's the problem I have, and maybe I mean it's my lack of, I have not kept in touch with how the study is happening in engineering college, but I see the kids who come in the industry, right? Our time, there were less engineering college, few kids were getting graduated. No matter what they did at school, they were good. You know, basically the fundamentals were strong. Today's in the advent of too many engineering colleges in the country, right? Lots of kid who is coming, like probably you guys are one of the best, but you may not have the best campus. You will not get those job opportunity. However, there are kids who is in a private schools in Bangalore or Chennai or Maharashtra, right? And companies going there and they get the job. What I have seen over the years, the quality of the engineers who is passing, right, has deteriorated. Which I would think, if you ask me, I told that our generation was, we did not grow with Google in our hand, right? We did not have phone. For us to go do any research, we used to go to library or read the books. Now you guys have plethora of information on your palm top, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would assume that today's kids, you guys should be more informed. If you see the way, the speed at which the world is changing, especially in technology, you guys have to be, and I use the word street smart, meaning on your toes, understanding what is changing, right? And mold yourself towards those technology. That is what will give you an edge, right? However, I am frankly, when I look at the kids, you know, I come back to visit my family. In my family now, the small kids of your age, they are in engineering, and but sometimes I get disappointed. I want them to be little bit more knowledgeable than what they are. So global market, Saran, I'll tell you that it's always the survival of the fittest. You guys have heard this. So that is
Yes, sir.
always going to be
We
there.
have
If
heard,
you
sir.
really want to do something worthwhile, you have to put in the hard work, my friend. I mean, otherwise you will get job, you will have good life, no issues. But if you really want to push the boundary, right, there is huge crowd out there. But you have to create your niche and push on that. And that will set you apart. That will take you to the next level.
Certainly, sir, we will do, sir.
All right. And it was awesome to talk to you guys. Totally my pleasure to, I mean, when, like I said, when I see you guys on these screens, I see a version of me sitting there, right? I've been to your college and always have a fond memory. I'm connected with some of you guys now on LinkedIn. If you guys have any question, feel free to ping me. Happy to help you guys, guide you. But before I go, I certainly want to wish you all the brightest future ahead. Do well, have fun, and I'm sure you all will do great in your respective careers. Right?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Sir,
guys.
Thank you,
do
sir,
you have any
for such
message, sir?
inspiring words.
Sir, do you have any message for your juniors, sir, BCN?
I think it would be the same to all the BCNs. I think I always wish the best for them. Whenever I hear this is a huge brand for me, right? Whenever I hear the BCE name, and one thing I want to tell all the folks who are hearing this, that guys, the sky is the limit. Uh, if you set the goal, put in your honest effort, take it from me that you will one day going to achieve it. I have passed from your college, come from a very small village, and I have traveled places. It's all because of God's grace and the foundation your college gave me. So certainly you guys have infinite possibilities, and I can only wish you guys the best. And I will always cheer for any BCNs, whatever walks of life you guys are and whatever you guys are doing. Thank you, guys.
Sir, now we are done with our questions. Is there something that you want to ask us?
So I mean, I know it's a little bit late, but I kind of, if anything, I want you guys to take from this meeting or ask of you guys is 2-3 things I said. That's where I was taking a note that what do you want to get out. I certainly want all of you to go reflect on what I said. We discussed some of the topic around what interviewers look into a candidate, right? The importance of all-round development in your personality, right? And most importantly, having fun. Whatever you are doing, this is your golden period. Enjoy your stay here, right? And you will be just fine. Set the goals. You do not know, I don't believe in dream and stuff. Set incremental goals, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, what do you want to be? And apply your the little strategy, leadership in your day-to-day thing. And you guys all will be fine.
Sir. Thank you, sir. That was honestly such a great conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your journey and experiences with us. Hearing about the real ups and downs, the unexpected lessons, and how everything came together in your career was super inspiring. I'm sure every VCN watching this will take away something valuable, whether it's about skills, mindset, or just embracing the chaos of college life. Wishing you all the best for everything ahead. And once again, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, guys. It was awesome to meet you all and wish you the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.